News. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
That's Raleigh, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We in Connecticut. We do talking to Raleigh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. What's up, guys? I wanted to talk about this game. You guys were really forcing the issue on defense and caused a lot of turnovers. What's working well right now for you guys on defense to just prove what you guys can use on that end to turn into offense on the other end?
You know, I think our pressure is really heating teams up. You know, the more we can get in our press and take time off the shot clock, you know, get them out their offense. You know, I think that helps us a lot. You know, like a lot of teams don't face the kind of pressure that we bring, you know, and we compete like that every day in practice. So, you know, I think as soon as we get our rebounding down and improve in that area, I think we're going to be really, really good. And we're going to get more fast break opportunities. So.
Thank you.
Jonas Pope, you're unmuted.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. I just wanted to ask you, from your whole experience of being in your own bubble the last couple of days, we all saw the bubble from the NBA and the WNBA over the summer. What's your bubble experience been like since you guys arrived in Connecticut and being able to play this game today?
I think for us it's a new experience, obviously. It's also a great blessing to just be back and be able to play the game of basketball. So it's obviously not exactly like the NBA, but it's still a great opportunity, and they still provide good things for us so that we can play.
Definitely. You know, we're just grateful to be able to play. You know, this is a great opportunity for us as a team. You know, we've been eating a lot of turkey, cold turkey and chicken sandwiches, Lunchable style. So, but it's been nice. I can't complain.
As being an older guy, does it just feel like a regular road trip, or has it been kind of throwing you off your routine a little bit?
I don't think it's been throwing us off a routine. You know, anytime we get the chance to actually just play basketball, go out there, compete, you know, just play as a team, you know, it's fine. You know, we don't really need much to go out there and hoop. It's just a blessing that we're able to be here.
Justin Williams, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hey, Devon and Jericole, congrats on the win tonight. These first two games, you know, you guys won handedly all three of these games, but the first two maybe kind of slower to start. But tonight you guys were dominant in the first half, took a 20-plus point lead into halftime. Was that something that you guys were really, you know, going into this game thinking about, you know, we want to get off to a hot start, we want to take a big lead into halftime?
You know, anytime we come on the court, you know, we want to make our presence felt early. You know, one thing that we pressed the issue for before the game is just starting out defensively, you know, with a lot of pressure, not letting them get in their sets. You know, we watched a lot of film on them. We knew what they were going to bring, and we did a nice job with just, you know, taking them out their routine, taking them out their sets. And when we start the game bringing that much pressure, it kind of breaks down the other team's confidence. You know, they competed really well. You know, they brought it. But, you know, when we start off defensively like that, it's going to be tough for any team to really get going versus us.
And just to follow up on that, you talked about, you know, kind of taking them out of the game early with your strong defensive play. Would you say that this is your best defensive performance of the season so far?
You got it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think we've still got some things to work on and keep improving, but it was a great win for us. So
thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
WRAL, you get the last question for the players.
Hey guys, I also wanted to I'm looking at the stats right here, and you know, also in the game, I thought that Cam Hayes did a really wonderful job. Just his third college game, 17 points, and very efficient, 7 of 12 from the field. 6 assists to 1 turnover. What have you seen from him and some of the other younger guys as upperclassmen? What are you seeing from the younger guys as they're, what they're bringing to the floor, and also what, Cam brought today with his really good game that he had off the bench?
Speaking on Cam, ever since he stepped on campus, like, he just has a poise about him. He can really handle his own. He doesn't let people take him or other teams take him out of his pace. So I've really seen that, and he's just playing his game. He's confident. He's a smooth, well-rounded basketball player. And like I've said from the beginning, all the freshmen, they bring a real competitive level. This is the first year since I've been here that we've had a freshman class this deep. Instead of having grad transfers like in previous years, who kind of know their role and know their way around basketball. This young group, they're just trying to play. They're trying to get minutes. They're trying to find their role and find out how they can help this team. So it brings like a whole new outlook for the team, and it just makes us compete that much harder every day in practice. So
Thank you both.
Thank you, guys.
Any questions for Coach Keatts? Please submit them in the question and answer box or raise your hand to be called on.
When you get in front of these tall guys, can they hear, everybody can hear me? I thought we played a really good game today, and especially on the defensive end. We wanted to come out with great energy. We were going to play against a team that I thought was a really good basketball team. When you look at the teams that they played, you look at the San Francisco team, who has already beaten one of our ACC teams. These guys beat them. And then Illinois State, who's another good team. It was a really close game. But the game that stood out to me, when you look at the Ohio State game, who's 23 in the country, it was a 2 or 3 possession game at the end. And so I wanted our guys to come out and do a great job. I thought we did a tremendous job on number 11, who's their leading scorer, averaging 24 points a game. We have a lot of pieces. Our guys are playing hard. Our guys are buying in. I like what our team and the energy that we're providing each time out. And so I'm excited about it, and I look forward to these guys continue to grow. Questions?
Justin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win tonight. Could you talk a little bit about Cam Hayes' performance tonight? He has another career high with 17 points, 6 assists, 1 turnover. So can you just talk about his game tonight?
Yeah, he's getting good. He's a really good basketball player. The thing about Cam is that he's a sponge, and he's picking up stuff. And, I've been really, really tough on him of any freshman that I have, because he has to grow up earlier and grow up quicker. And I think he's embracing that role. He's doing a good job. He's taking care of the basketball. He's scoring. He's starting to understand. A lot of times when you come in as a young guy, you don't understand how hard you have to play, and he's starting to compete at a high level. And so I'm proud of him. I love the way he played. I thought he had a great floor game tonight, and I just want to see him continue to get better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jonas, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. I wanted to ask you first how this opponent came about. Obviously, you guys were scheduled to play Women Mary, and that game got canceled. You had to find an opponent. And then since you guys have been there in Connecticut, what's it been like being in the bubble and not being able to go out and having to move a certain way and being extra careful? I mean, obviously it didn't affect your guys if they played well, but just talk about life on the road and this new normal for you guys this week.
Yeah, Jonas, when we had the game canceled on Monday, we had to figure out quickly what were we going to be able to do. Our last option was just waiting the entire week and playing UConn on Saturday. Unfortunately, we didn't want that to happen, so we wanted a game. We looked around as a possibility of playing a home game on Wednesday. Couldn't find an opponent that we figured that we could play that worked right in their schedule and our schedule. And so I got in contact with these guys up here, and we talked about, is there an opponent that we can come play on Thursday and have the opportunity? And then obviously Umass Lowell was the opponent. And so it ended up being a good situation for us. this is going to happen throughout the year. You're going to have games that are going to be scheduled and rescheduled, and then you're going to have to add different teams. As far as the bubble, these guys, we got here and we quarantined. They've done a great job. It's in order for us to play basketball, the best situation for us is to be in a bubble. And, after getting here and obviously being isolated and it's more just you and your team, I think that's a great thing. We've had to adjust to some of that. It's a little different, but everything in 2020 is different. So, we're getting used to it. We're already a day in, we got a game in. And so we're going to obviously do the same thing we did for the last 20 to 48 hours and, prepare for our next game.
What's the biggest adjustment you had to make since you've been there on the road?
Well, I think the biggest adjustment is when we got here about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and we took our test. We had to quarantine, till the next morning. I know people are saying, man, it's been folks who have quarantined for 14 days. That's one of the big adjustments. Obviously, coming in through different elevators in the hotel when you don't have to, interact with the public, it's different. You really don't see anybody else other than your team. You may pass another team every now and then, but they've done such a great job because they've been doing this for 2 or 3 weeks that, they've got it down to a science. And, give them credit because they pulled off something that most people couldn't.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
WRAL News, you're unmuted.
Thank you, Coach. This is Kersley from WRAL. I wanted to ask, with the 3-0 start, of course, this is ideal, but heading into UConn, what are some of the things that you feel like your team still needs to improve on so you can have the best chance going up against UConn and playing your best basketball for that game on Saturday?
Well, first of all, UConn's a really good basketball program, and they've done a great job. He's done a good job recruiting. They got a really good team. If I had to take a couple of things I want to get better at is, I think there's too many 50-50 balls that we can get. I want us to get those type of basketballs. I want us to be a little bit better rebounding the ball, even though we all rebounded Umass Lowell today. We're doing a really good job on the offensive glass because we're getting there. I think we had 11 today. But I would love to see us get a little bit more defensive rebounds so we can get out and run. I love our pressure. I love how our guys are playing. We're shooting the basketball. We've got a mixture of inside out. Love to keep Manny Bates on the floor more than he's been. I thought he got a couple quick ones that, took him out of the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Brett, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Brett, are you taking a
Brett,
nap?
are you there?
Are you there, Brett? I would ask you, Brett's probably going to be like, yeah, Coach, how do you feel like your team's playing right now? So, Brett, I'll answer the question for you. We're doing some good stuff. I love our young guys. Our young guys are starting to play well. We got a good mixture of young and old. I thought guys like Thomas Allen made shots for us. It was good for us to see the ball, him to see the ball go in the hole. He gives us another dimension. And though Braxton Beverly didn't have a big scoring night, I thought he was solid. Cam Hayes did a really good job. How can I not talk about Devon Daniels and Jericole Hellems? I think both of those guys were really, really good today. And I appreciate you asking that question, Brett.
Brett, I'll give you a chance to ask your question to Coach, and then I will for you if this doesn't work. Okay, so Brett actually wanted to know, how good is it to see the versatility and depth you've been talking about actually play out on the court?
Well, it's been good. It's been refreshing, to see so many guys that we have recruited to be able to play so many different positions. And, we can switch a lot of screens. We can do a lot of stuff. Actually, it's been fun as a coach because I can do a lot of different things with this team, both offensively and defensively. And that's rewarding. We got some guys who will continue to get better. It's early in our season. We've only played 3 games. We're so blessed to have the opportunity to be playing. And, I think we'll just improve on everything from game to game.
Thank you.
Is that you, Brett?
Yeah, it's me. I'm not quite sure why it's unmuted now, but what can I tell you? It's whatever.
Well, Brett, I answered a couple questions for you.
I appreciate that.
Always.
James Henderson, you're unmuted.
Hey, Kevin. Obviously, you've got a lot of different pieces with this team, but a shortened non-conference schedule, does that put any pressure on you and maybe the team to kind of find out rotations and things earlier than maybe in previous years?
James, the toughest thing is that you don't get a chance to bring your young guys into the season the right way. We didn't have an exhibition. We didn't have a scrimmage. And so with the shortened season, we've been fortunate enough that our veterans have played well early in games where I could get some of those young guys just some minutes that they normally would get in an exhibition or scrimmage. So that's the toughest thing. But we're operating under the same rules that everybody else is. We have a short non-conference, so does everybody else. And James, to be honest with you, I'm just glad to play basketball. I've said it all along. We schedule 27 games and we get 15 to 18 games in. I think we're all blessed.
Jonas, coach's last question is for you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
And I think before you answer, Jonas, I think it's only fair that we give Brett the last question. So I think Brett gets to go one more time because Brett was a little frustrated that this nice young lady couldn't get him unmuted. So Jonas, I'm gonna take 2 questions. Unfortunately, you won't be the last. I'm gonna give my man Brett one more question.
Hey, that's fine with me. Brett, my guy, so he deserves the last question.
Is Brett still here? Did he hang up? Golly, you guys made Brett so mad he left. Okay. All right, Jonas, last question.
Yeah, I just want to follow up for clarity. Since you guys are there to Saturday, do you quarantine again after tonight? Do you test again? Like, what's the next 48 to 72 hours look like?
Yeah, we're definitely going to test again. I don't know how many times. Do we quarantine? No, but there's nowhere else for us to go. So, we're gonna, we'll be whatever. We can get together as a group. We'll have a meal together. We'll talk about stuff. We can meet, but we're not quarantined, meaning that we don't have to necessarily stay in our room.
Okay.
We don't have anywhere else to go. So I guess we are quarantined.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Which is great. Look, I know everybody thinks that's a tough thing. I'm telling you, these guys have done a great job and they're doing it the right way. And so I'm glad to have to quarantine because there's some teams that's not even playing. You all right, Jonas?
Oh, you heard it? I apologize. Yeah, I'm
That's
fine.
right. All right. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Hey, and listen, it's a great day, man. We get to go. Well, not get to go, but we get ice cream. It's a road win. We get ice cream. Women's basketball, good luck tonight. What time's that game? 7 o'clock? For you guys who don't know, our women's basketball, who does a great job, and Elisa Canane has made Westmore an unbelievable coach, and they take on South Carolina, who I think is number 1 in the country right now. So I'd love to personally wish them luck. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach. We'll soon be joined by head coach Pat Duquette from Umass Lowell. If you have any questions for him, please either raise your hand or submit them in the question and answer box. Again, we'll be joined shortly by UMass Lowell head coach Pat Duquette. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or submit them in the question and answer box. Sorry about that, everyone. I just got word that Umass Lowell hopped on the bus right after the game, so we will not be joined by Pat Duquette. Have a great day.